All right, hey guys, Jason here today. Well, we're going to be talking about 4Auto, okay? We want to understand it, what it does, why it does it, and if you want it, okay, where it's going to be valuable to you. Certain places it matters, certain places where you live it does not, okay? So it's something we got to dive into and consider. So we look at this. We are in Tina's ZR2. This is her 2024 Colorado ZR2. And we have 4Auto. We have two-wheel drive high, or two-wheel drive actually, and then we got 4 high, 4 low. Those are our selections on this mode. 4Auto differs from every one of these other ones in the sense that it is a quick change is what it is. Two-wheel drive is what you're going to be in most of the time when pavement is dry, like you see out here. When it's a nice day, you got traction, there's no concerns. You're going to be in two-wheel drive. When you get off-road, you're going to go into four-wheel drive. When you go into 4 high, it actually locks and engages a transfer case. It's a true lockup, a official gearing lockup that's going to happen in there is going to make that thing work in four-wheel drive. When you go into 4 low, it does the same thing, but it also uses a transfer case in there, the second speed of the transfer case, to give you more power. When you have 4Auto, what it does essentially is instead of locking the transfer case up or locking gears together like you get with 4Auto, or I mean with 4 high and 4 low, 4Auto uses a clutch system inside the transfer case for immediate quick engagement and quick release. So when you're driving in 4Auto, it's technically two-wheel drive. You're not getting worse gas mileage. Nothing is being affected. Everything is fine. You can drive in 4Auto 24/7 every day of the year, anytime, even in the summertime. It doesn't matter. It's not going to change anything because 4Auto only kicks in when there is a wheel slippage. That's what 4Auto does. So if you're driving down a road, let's say it's snowing out and you're driving, or let's say even worse, okay, we hit these a lot when you're in snow belt country, but you get these areas where the road is dry pavement and then you hit a farm field and snow's blown across the road from the wind drifting the snow across there, and now you got 100 yards of snow-covered road, then you got back to dry pavement, you got 100 yards of snow-covered road, and then you got dry pavement, you got a mile up the road and you got more of that. We run into this a lot. Or patches of ice, okay, in certain areas, things of that nature. 4Auto will drive in two-wheel drive on that pavement and be fine. As soon as you hit that snow, if your wheels slip at all, it engages instantly. Clutch is in there, squeeze, grip, lock, and transfer power to the front wheels as well, too, to give you that four-wheel drive. As soon as it senses you are out of that slippery situation, 4Auto is going to disconnect just as quick. Boom, boom, boom. On, off. That's what it does through that clutch system. So as you're driving and then it's all great and you're la, and then you hit a little slippery spot, you're kind of like, oh, and that thing just goes boom, and that clutch grabs and whoop, now you got four-wheel drive. And you're like, oh, thank God. And you get through it a little bit and then you're back on pavement and things are going good. It just goes and let's go. And that's how it works. Okay. It's a very powerful, very functional, very useful feature to have 4Auto. Now, when should you use that? And again, because we did say you can use it anytime you want to. My personal thoughts, now I am not a actual mechanic anymore. I haven't been for a long time, and this stuff has not been out when I was. So for me, this stuff is all, my attitude and thought to this is that I don't want to use 4Auto. I don't care if this truck had it or not because I live in South Georgia. Down here where I live in Georgia, we don't deal with snow. We don't deal with slippery roads. Rain is not slippery, okay? So you got to take that into consideration. So for me down here, I'd rather not have it. My Gladiator sitting right there does not have it. Now, you can get it in some of the, like the Rebel or Rubicon X and the Mojave X. You can get the 4Auto system in there as well, too. In here, you're getting it automatic, which every trim level of the Colorado has it. That's a beautiful thing. But it's not something I'll use often. The reason I don't want to use it all the time or leave it in 4Auto if you don't need to is because I don't want to wear that clutch out. It is a clutch, and a clutch is a wear item. So I prefer to leave it in, even if I lived up north, I would leave it in two-wheel drive until it got to be wintertime. Now, during the entire winter, you want to put it in 4Auto, you can, and that will work just fine, and that is going to do all right. However, I would still even then prefer, again, for the sake of the clutch pack system in there, on those days where you're going to have snow or ice or things like that that is intermittent, meaning that you could experience it at any moment. Like I said, a field blows over the road, you get a low spot where there's ices coming in everywhere, things of that nature. You get into these situations, 4Auto is fantastic because it's going to just keep doing the changes for you and let you drive, like we said. In that situation, I would definitely use 4Auto all the time for that kind of stuff. However, once we actually get snow on the road, when you actually the roads are snow covered and you have no traction, no drive pavement, no nothing like that at all, or the roads are super icy, I would much rather switch that to 4 high. Why would I rather go to 4 high? Just like I said, 4Auto is a clutch part system. It's using clutches. 4 high is not using clutches. 4 high is actually engaging the actual transfer case and putting the power there too. So you're not wearing out your clutches. So 4Auto is one of the best things for people who live in a snow belt ever made, especially for people, and I don't want to say women because many guys don't know this stuff either, but for many people that are not understanding how four-wheel drive works, what's in their system, what they have, 4Auto is just easy. Put the button, hit it there, leave it there for 5 months of winter time and never worry about nothing, and that's not a bad situation. Where it does come into kind of a problem, or like I said, can wear something out on you, is if you know you're going to be constantly spinning those wheels, i.e. snow, sand, slippery conditions, icy conditions. Like I said, those situations, when it's like that all the time, you're relying on the clutch system. It's better to rely on the actual dedicated four-wheel drive system. Now, you can put this thing in 4 high and leave it in 4 high for the entire winter long and not have a problem with it. You can turn it off, turn it on, do whatever you want to do. It's not going to, turn the car off, turn it back on. Once you put it in 4 high, you should be good. Shouldn't have to mess with anything. The advantage to doing that in 4 high over 4Auto is the protection of the clutch packs. But 4Auto, like I said, super valuable for a lot of people in a lot of those finicky, tricky situations. You're driving down the highway and you watch your temperature gauge here, where you can see here in Georgia, 38 degrees. Brutal cold right down here right now. But when that gets down, if we were driving tonight, it's hovering at 30 degrees, and it had been raining, and we get that where it's rainy in spots, but then again, you come by a bridge where all that cold air circulates, and now that bridge is frozen, or you got, again, high winds coming across the area, and it's freezing that water that's on the road, even though everything else is just wet. You find these frozen patches. Man, that's where 4Auto shines. That's the kind of stuff that this is excellent for. Those intermittent, tricky situations that could pop up that you are not ready for. That's the goal and beauty of 4Auto. But in a crappy conditions, especially snow, or if you're on the beach and you're running sand, forget 4Auto. Put it right in. Use your actual transfer case gearing. Put it in 4 high and use that to your advantage. So that's my thoughts on it. But I do believe it is a beautiful system for people that need this. If you live in a snow belt area or something like that, this is worth its weight in gold. If you're in cold conditions and stuff where things freeze, this is worth its weight in gold. But do not abuse it, is my attitude. They don't tell you that in the manual. Nobody's telling you that kind of stuff. I think it's important that we know how this works. Clutch-based, gear-based. Okay, clutch-based, gear-based. And I think that when you really know you're going to be spinning a lot, I think you're better off going to 4 high. So my sense for you, let me know what you think. Put your comments, questions down below. Thanks for watching.